Michael, okay.
How proud are you of the boys in that second half performance?
Yeah, absolutely. Big character, big personality, stuck together, kept believing, acted as a team throughout the whole game, and it pleases me after what happened at the weekend because we probably didn't have that as a group. And off the back of how the first half went in terms of the scoreline, to go out half-time and stick together, fight for each other, and really get our fans involved, and I felt like they helped us as well massively. It's pleasing, and it proves a lot to me what I already thought about this group, but to see that onto the pitch, it's a good feeling.
You think you didn't have to win the game in the end, Brian? Took a lot of chances.
Yeah, we created many chances. I thought in the first half we created a couple as well, and maybe if we was a little bit more clinical, the flow of the game would have been different. But in the second half, we kept pushing. We had some really clear openings, and maybe if we got a second goal earlier, we could have kept pushing. But I just felt like once we scored the second, the lads have sort of invested so much energy into that. We kind of went a little bit flat, and they took a little bit control of the game without really creating anything. But to come off 2-2 after the back of going in 2-0 down at half time it's a positive.
What did you say at half time? Because you're 2-0 down. The energy in the stadium might have been a little bit negative, and yet the players came out and were so positive in that second half.
Yeah, I've always probably remained quite consistent, and I always will with this group of players, that you have to stick together in every moment. If you want to be a team, regardless of what's happening on the pitch, you have to stick together, you have to fight for each other, and when you do that, football's football. The results take care of itself, but to see a team that were working for each other, and I felt like our fans must have seen a team that were fighting for each other and running for each other. It's important in football, probably the most important thing.
How did you see the 2 goals you conceded? Because United got into good scoring positions without too much trouble, and then got their shots away when it looked like they shouldn't.
Yeah, listen, they were clinical. I thought the first goal we probably could have done better in terms of blocking the pass in between the lanes and showing him inside as well, allowing them to shoot. But the second goal was a moment of brilliance, but at the same time we could have been better in terms of securing our position when we were in their half. I think it might have come off the back of us having a 1v1 against De Gea as well, and maybe if that goal would have gone in at 1-1, the feeling is completely different. But listen, that's football. When you're coming up against quality players, they can be clinical. Disappointing. We made some mistakes. I understand that, but at the same time in football, when you fight for each other and act as a unit and act together, sometimes small mistakes are irrelevant, because the energy we created in the stadium was excellent in the second half, and I thought we fully deserved to come out at least with a draw.
Last time, Ryan, when that Southampton game, your first game, you talked about lifting the players' confidence, making them believe. Is that a similar sort of thing this time, just about making them believe they could actually get back into it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's been difficult after Sunday because the manner in which we lost wasn't nice for anyone to be involved with. But I'll probably repeat what I just said. The most important thing now, and until the end of the season, will always be to act as a team. Football, small details can change games, can change results, but ultimately, for me, the most important thing will always be to be together. And when you're together, I think to the outside world, to our fans, to everyone looking at us, they'll see a team that are solid and united together. And when you are that, I think you have success.
How tempted were you to stick with the team that got back to 2-2 rather than sort of revert to a more neutral setup?
Yeah, like I said, I felt like we invested so much energy into getting that scoreline at 2-2, and it almost felt like we were probably acting a little bit emotionally to try and get the third, which sometimes is great, but at the same time, I felt like there was a couple of moments where we looked a bit leggy and a bit open unnecessarily. So we decided to change it a little bit and still try and win the game, but at the same time recognise and understand the moment we was in.
It's one of the best examples of fight from Son. At last season, he looked quite frustrated, emotional when he missed the first chance, but he's still there for the goal.
Yeah, and that's down to mental strength. You know, I think all the top players and big players, they can kind of put put a missed opportunity to bed and make sure they take the next one. And thankfully for Sonny, he kept making the runs. He kept believing that the ball was going to come to him, and he seemed, and I seemed, very pleased with the goal in the second half from him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.